Good evening, dear compatriots. The Unified Info Center continues its work. We are going to present the situation on the front line. Several hours ago, Colonel Sargsyan presented the operative situation. He indicated that most of the fighting is happening in the southern parts of the Republic of Artsakh. Fighting is underway. We have to point out that our opponent has losses. About 200 people, several dozen losses of military personnel carriers, and several dozen losses of military equipment. We are shortly going to publish detailed data on losses. Armenian military units have lost some people, wounded. 10 people among the wounded men were transported to hospitals. Everyone else is being treated on the spot. The situation has remained unchanged in general. That's it, and I'm open to questions. Public television of Armenia, Maya Khachaturian, the Minsk group of the OSCE has made a statement concerning this situation, and our Minister of Defense, David Hovhannisyan, has talked to Ambassador Kaspershik. I would like to ask you if there is any chance and any movement in the direction of a ceasefire. We don't know how this is going to unfold, if there is going to be a ceasefire, but of course all the bodies of the Republic of Armenia are working on this. My colleague Anna Nakhdalan has also said this at the next briefing by Ms. Nakhdalan. I'm sure she's going to give you a more exact answer. Another question. Unofficial source were saying that there is tension on the borders of the Republic of Armenia as well. This situation in the conflict, has it been discussed with our allies, and has support to Armenia been discussed with anyone? I mentioned this morning that the region of Vardenis was to some degree affected by the aggression, but I'm not aware of the international processes, and I hope that tomorrow morning we'll be able to give you more detail on this. Other questions? Mr. Hovhannisyan, I'm from Shant Television. I would like to know exactly which pieces of equipment have been damaged and what losses we have. We know that the opponent has lost about 200 persons, about 30 personal carriers, about 30 units, 20 units of military equipment, and 200 our losses. We have 16 people dead. Unfortunately, I don't have a list of names, but very shortly the army will publish the list. We have 100 people wounded, of whom 10 were transported to hospitals in Yerevan, and they're getting medical aid, and everyone else is being treated on the spot. And one more question. As of now, are our military actions just defensive, or is there an offensive also? I cannot publicize details on our military advancement. Of course, we are defending ourselves, but we cannot tell you exactly. This is fighting. This is a battle. The battle will end. You will see the results. We cannot publish information in the course of the battle. Hovhannisyan from New Armenia Television. There's a lot being published by the opponents about destruction of Armenian military equipment and territory that they have seized. How would you comment that? Honestly, we have published all the data. Today, Azerbaijan has not published any data on territories that they allegedly seized. They are talking about losses, but they're not making any of those Photoshop pictures of territories that they allegedly seized. We saw publications about people allegedly fleeing from Martuni, Martakert, but this was a photoshopped picture. But this time, they didn't do any of this. To the contrary, we haven't seen any photos published by the opponent of our military equipment or personal carriers or victims. They're not showing any of this. We, on the other hand, we have published videos where you can clearly see the destruction of their extremely new, up-to-date, state-of-the-art military equipment, personnel carriers, and personnel. Another question, if I may. What data do we have on Syrian Armenians? We are still clarifying the situation, but we have some data. We know about the involvement of Turkey. And we know that Azerbaijan is using weapons of Turkish make. This is a fact that is absolutely clear. But where mercenaries or servicemen are concerned, I cannot say anything for sure. Another question. Groups of volunteers are going to Artsakh. Are there organizations that organize this process and receive these people, welcome them? I would like to use this occasion to stress that we are very grateful to all volunteers and everyone who is not a volunteer but loves their motherland and does something on its behalf, whether or not they are citizens and they're implementing their duty, but the army is coordinating all of this. We have the armed forces of the Republic of Armenia, and they are coordinating this activity. If you don't have more questions, I will then start answering online questions. There is a question about a statement made by Ilham Aliyev where he mentions religious issues, the problems with mosques on the territory of Armenia. Azerbaijan has always tried to ride on the religious issue, to create tensions based on religious differences, but the Armenian nation and the Armenian leadership has on many occasions proved that this is not true. Armenia has many friends in the Muslim world. Armenia has always been a supporter of religious diversity in Armenia and in Artsakh. There are mosques and various cultural buildings that we are protecting under our legislation. The next question, please. The minorities living in Azerbaijan. Can we somehow rely on them? Are they our allies? We know that Altalish, Lezgin, and other minorities have will be used by Azerbaijan to to create hostility toward Armenians. There's been a lot of hostility directed at the Armenian national minorities, at Yezids who serve in the Armenian army. We have raised this issue. We are brothers in the Caucasus. We are all nations in the Caucasus. We have always pointed out the fact that the government of Azerbaijan is using these people against us. Can I ask another question, please? I'm sure you're aware that Azerbaijan hackers have been attacking Armenian websites. We are working on this. The moment we see that websites are being attacked, and our colleagues and our members of our staff have been helping the websites to be restored, to be fixed. Of course, sometimes people think it's a hacker attack, but it's just a question of a website being overloaded due to the events that are unfolding. But we have always pointed out that there are four areas where every war unfolds. And of course, websites, the internet is one of the fields where war happens, and we have to work there round the clock. We're very thankful for this. We'll meet, and I'm sorry if I haven't been able to answer all your questions.